Today we have been to Sogakope, the South Tongu district, and we've come to Koboni Tech, and the experience has been very interesting. Meeting up with the students from the pupils from the district as well as their teachers.
This program is more than the word important. If I could have any better choice of word, I would have used it. Because in this era of technology, where the world is seen as a global village, there's no need to leave any child out.
It's been a very impactful day, giving back to the society, giving back to over 200 plus students today, coding experience that would impact their life for the future.
We had a coding caravan where the students were grouped. Some were learning how to use the 3D printer, the 3D design, and also Arduino kits, how to put together circuits and the rest. And then we also have another group that were busy coding using Scratch. Then we had a third group of teachers that were being trained to use these tools so that after the coding caravan, they can go back to their schools and impact knowledge in these young kids. So I think it's been very, very, very unique and successful.
I remember the first I was able to successfully put a computer was in interesting. And can you imagine the kind of joy that was in me when I was able to do that? Without pressing, they just give some instructions and then the computer went off. I was so happy. But today, our phones, our tablets, everything for us belongs to our 2-year-old kids. And they are able to manipulate it with a lot of glee. And so we are happy that they are not looking for special talents to be able to train you, but they are training this raw talent. And so please count yourself very fortunate.
The interesting thing is that this particular one was sponsored by C Squared. And if it had not been for C Squared, we could not have had this event. And we're grateful to C Squared for their sponsorship. We are praying that our intention to move Coding Caravan onto the road, the Accra to Paga project, would be a reality, that other corporate bodies will follow the example of C Squared. And the C Squared team themselves were here and they've been impressed.
Children are very happy now in the classroom, being involved, being part of the lesson, doing the things themselves. I can see, or I have seen, that they are really, really happy, manipulating the facilities given them and coming out with results. They are enjoying the results and they are clapping for themselves, calling names for each other. And I think that if this continues, we will soon start building our own vehicles and aeroplanes in South Tongu.
We have been taken through a program that is designed to enhance engagement of learners in studies called Scratched. So the Scratch program is very engaging and interesting. Since these days, we are focusing on learner-centered and not teacher-centered anymore. Scratch program is one of the interactive and engaging program that I experienced today. This program will help learners to be fully participate and be engaged in the lesson. Rather than the teacher coming and talking and they not listening, this will rather engage the learners more. So this is an interesting and engaging learning program that I wish all learners will be introduced to, have knowledge about it and participate in it.
The Coding Caravan gives you an opportunity to take pupils who, when at the beginning of the session, you asked even whether any of them have used a smartphone before, they say no. Laptop, computer, they say no. They come into this space and then you have instructors that teach them Scratch from the scratch. And by the time you are done with, they have, created animation, you hear the sounds they are playing and all of that. And then they are introduced to 3D printing. They are introduced to IoT and you see them playing with their, creating a traffic light and all of that. It's an experience that is worth doing.
So if you look at the coding caravan, you know we bring hundreds of computers, a lot of other kits for the kids to learn, but we take these devices away. And beyond the coding caravan, they must continue to learn. So this is a major awareness program that we are running, but we also want to encourage stakeholders to support the schools with equipment, laptops, so that after the training, they can actually continue.
There are so many problems we have in our environment. So as a learner, I have to use the opportunity that I get today to solve some problems in the community.
Today has been a very good experience that I will never forget about. I've learned about what programming is. I've learned about programming languages. I've learned that programming is a set of instructions given to a computer to perform specific tasks. Examples of programming languages are Java, JavaScript, Python, C++, and Scratch.
It's about time we spread the coding education. It's about time we spread the ICT, the digital education. No child should be left out. So let's all come on board. Let's support, provide the resources, and IIPGH, we are ready to go anywhere possible.
The charge I have given to the teachers is that they need to help us move ICT from being a paper-based thing to something that is practical. So we're asking that they should start first with problem identification within their communities, or opportunity identification, and then the kids can then look at how do I use coding, how do I use 3D, how do I use IoT to be able to solve that problem. And hopefully when we build our capacity and our resources, and we get corporate Ghana supporting us, we could start, these coding clubs, start district competition, start regional competition, and a national competition. And in the process, we hope that with all of this that we've done, GS and Ministry of Education would see that it is possible to migrate ICT teaching and learning and examination from a paper-based, theoretical-based one to a practical one.
I met some very smart kids who were also asking questions, kind of wanting to know exactly what we do as a telco engineer, and then what we also came to propose to us. So I was part of the Scratch group, where we taught them how to code, how to create simple animation, moving a character from a point A to another point B, adding sound and adding a voice or anything else. And they really enjoy it. It was a very pleasurable, enjoyable class where they were interacting with us. They were also asking questions. It was fun. It was fun.
Growing up, I've always been telling my parents that I want to get into IT field. So I've seen this as an opportunity to engage with others who also want to kind of take the ICT career, so I can help them or they can help me do what I want to do. I can start coding very soon and become one of the biggest coders in Ghana.
It is important to point out that this whole thing that we say about AI, there is no mess about it. There's no magic about it. It's all algorithms. It is all coding. It's all mathematics. The only way we can move Ghana from just being a consumer of it is when we do things like this, where we're training the kids so that we build their capacity, their awareness from the beginning, get into the secondary school, teach them the mathematics that underline it so that they can start training the models using the data from here. So I will be able to solve our problems and be able to use AI, use IoT, use robotics. Let nobody be deceived. Don't buy the hype. AI is not going to come and take our jobs. It is only going to take the jobs of people who are lazy. But if as we as Ghanaians would want to develop, then we need to take grabs of this AI, make sure we are part of the people who are developing it, who are writing the codes, who are putting the algorithms in place and using them to solve our problems.
In the next 5 years, we want the coding caravan to be a household name. When you go to schools, at least every week, every month, there should be a caravan activity so that every school, not selected school, every school in Ghana should benefit from it.
I would want to thank the Chamber and the ICT Professionals Ghana for involving C-Square in this particular coding caravan. It's been a very exciting experience for us. We are hoping to sponsor subsequent events as the need arises.
My last words is just to say thank you to the teachers. The teachers have been phenomenal. Some of the teachers were thought before we got here. The district director and her team, the coordinators and all of that, have been so phenomenal in supporting us to make sure that this happened. And our thanks also goes to the Komboni, the headmaster, the assistant headmaster, for affording us an opportunity to be able to use their facilities. And also to a citizen of this district, Stan Dogbe, who also contributed and gave us a laptop that is going to be given to the pupils from the students, the school that answered the most questions and asked the most questions. This is what we want to do. We are hoping that we can get other people to support. And again, finally, my thanks to the volunteers from IIPGH and the team from the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunication and the EIMI Chamber of Ghana for this thing that we are going to do.